I'm good, SGA. What's going on? Running a little late. Weather has just been tremendous out here, tremendously beautiful, as I've been saying lately. I don't know, but I think I got allergies or something. But yeah, I'm going to get into this content we're going to go over today. Let me know what you think about our title there. And give me a sec while I get situated so we can have this show. Appreciate you, as you know. Yeah. What's happening out there? Angel Cities represents Los Angeles, the Angel City of Los Angeles. That is a real organization out here in Los Angeles, and they represent the Los Angeles, Carolina fan base out here. And as always, let me start this show properly, introducing everybody out there who may not know what you're watching here, but this is the 213 to the 704 podcast. I am your host, Cali Blue. If you didn't know, I represent the Carolina Panthers for more than 30 years. All the way from Los Angeles. I've been here Sunday after Sunday during football season. And I'm asking everybody, if you're new to the show, we are a show, so tune in daily to the 213 to 704 podcast starting at 5 p.m. Pacific time. As always, like, share, engage, subscribe, keep pounding, hashtag 51. This is a daily podcast covering the Carolina Panthers, Carolina in general, all the way from Los Angeles in the NFL Football League today. And we're going to get into some rough waters, but this hits home for me. And for my subscribers, my viewers out there in the comment section, I will get right back to you, and I'm going to read everything you got going on. And so, as today's title, as y'all can see, clearly it's about podcasters. Are they true fans or not? Now, I've been, surfing the internet a whole lot. Cali Blue got a little bit of time on his hand. And I watch my shows as I choose. I'm a Carolina Panther fan, but I surf the net and I'm watching podcasts. And there seemed to be this growing trend that's on the internet today, as it was not so back in 2013 or 15. Wasn't so much like it is now in regards to the way they run the internet now and monetization and stuff. So I've noticed some things about lower tier podcasters and other upper tier podcasters online today in general. So the question is it okay for a fan base to pay for subscriptions to talk about their team on platforms today, along with memberships subscription, and for podcasters to ask for financial support constantly? Hashtag podcaster, hashtag loyal fans, hashtag cash app, hashtag support the content, hashtag super stickers. Now, with that said, I find myself between a rock and a hard spot because I am somebody who I'm a fan of my team, my loyal Panthers, and I'm out there and I'm surfing the net. And it seems like that's the rate going if you want to be heard generally on a podcast that generally has lots of folks on there. You got to put it in the Cash App. You got to pay for your message to be read, and you want to be heard, and I get it. I understand both sides now because I plan to be a podcasting star for the Carolina Panthers. I am 650 subscribers away from 2,000K. You ain't never lied, SGA. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you. I appreciate you. But you know, let me put this up here. You know, Cali Blue is into all my little AI pictures that I create with my mindset. I wanted to start off with this one right here. This is a Los Angeles Carolina Panther fan group out here. Been around for about 10, 11 years. So it's kind of like a chapter of if y'all know out there, the Roaring Riots. But I think this is a little different. They kind of tend to be ourselves. We out here in LA. You see the palm trees there. So this is a group that I belong to. I've been a part of them for a little bit. It's basically just like somebody to hang out when we got games here in the local town. A lot of these people, I know them, a couple of them I'm really close to. Met them back in 2015, met a lot of them for the Super Bowl out here. So this is a real fan base out here in LA. And you see we all colors, all races, all creeds, and we come deep. But what I've been finding out lately is basically something like that. Loyalty versus these podcasters out there. And I mean on many streams, not just my Carolina Panther streams. I mean all fan bases, all teams, football, baseball, hockey. I've been watching it, and it seems to be a growing trend. Now, Cali Blue I ain't scared of no smoke. I ain't scared of none of you podcasters. If you got a problem with it, you know, we can square it up. You know, LA roots over here. I ain't trying to come at you like that, but I'm not scared of no smoke. And when I see something that I'm kind of on the fence pole, I'm going to talk about it. And let's keep it 100. I one day hope to be a successful podcaster representing my Carolina Panthers and everything in between, from Los Angeles all the way to Charlotte, and my fanhood of more than 30 years. You know, so, but before we get into all of that, let me talk about something in regards to the Carolina Panthers and all this tenderism we've been smoking. We've been smoking on the grill rather. And I don't believe there's any new news today. If there's something going on that we had any pickups today or re-signings, I know we got somebody we're trying to get out there in regards to Debo. So, but I know as of today, March 19, 2026, the Carolina Panthers continue to be, you know, one of the NFL's most active teams in free agency, if not the biggest. But the biggest news today involves the media appearance of Devin Lloyd, you know, our high-profile playmaker. Hopefully, that's going to be putting it down out there in Bank of America Stadium. Yeah, they put out Devin Lloyd's first appearance on the Panther channel. And if you guys don't know, Devin Lloyd met with Charlotte reporters for the first time, like his little press conference. First time today since signing his 3-year, $45 million contract. God dang. He impressed, excited about joining the defense, and now includes pass rusher Jalen Phillips, stating we have guys all over that defense that make plays. The other news that went on today that I saw at the top of my head was the Deebo Samuel interest. So I thought it was possibly cap, but seems today that reports are coming out that the Panthers are the best fit for the top remaining free agent wide receiver, Deebo Samuel. And analysts are saying that Samuel could provide a veteran rugged slot, yards after, yak yards after catch. Option for Bryce Young, alongside all our other younger talents out there like Tedero, McMillan, and John Michi III, who just got signed. So that would be a good. That offense looks pretty nice. I imagine the practice field, them boys be going at it. What else happened today out there? We resigned the team, officially agreed to terms to bring back veteran punter Sam Martin, officially on a 2-year deal, maintaining stability on special teams. All of this was on Panthers.com. So trying to give homage where it's due. And that's where we're at now. Let me get into SGA. What's going on with you, sir? I hope you're doing good out there. Today we're going to talk about some things that might hit somebody over the head. Some people might be getting in their feelings, but I ain't never been one to keep my mouth closed. And like I said, I'm a part of this as well. I am a fan. I pay for subscriptions. I pay for a membership. I've even given extra cash to be a part of a local club here in Los Angeles, that being Roaring Riots, and another particular fan favorite of mine, content or podcaster. He's not a content creator. Content creators are different to me. Those are folks who create entertainment for you out there. But turning on your mic and putting some backdrops and shit like that, you're just a podcaster and a host rather than a content creator. But nevertheless, I found this shit to be quite funny. Let me get my ticker off of here. You see, I don't think that's going to bother, but yeah. SGA, you ain't never lied. This is very fitting. Let's read what SGA got to say. Viewers, make sure to hit that like button, smash that subscribe button, and ring that notification bell for the 213 to the 704 podcast. I'm at 1350 subscribers already. Goodness. I guess there's a lot of folks out there who are signing up to be let down. I'm kidding. I don't know. Maybe I said something they liked, but nevertheless, I'm here for all the smoke. I'm here for the entertainment. I'm here to bring you that true fan invitation to learn about me and my support of the Carolina Panthers. 650 subscribers away. Okay. Let's see here. What else? SGA says he's making some really great Carolina Panthers content on the channel. So if you're a diehard Panthers fan, like Cali Blue, go there and smash that subscribe button, hit the like button. You ain't never lied, SGA. Appreciate you, cuzzo. He going in with it. My cat is very vicious and he doesn't want to be that way. But if somebody messes with my cat, tries to play with him, he'll scratch your eye out. He's that ruthless. I hope you talk about your cat. I ain't scratching nobody's eyes out, but if they come in here talking that smack, I let them know. That makes Cali Blue kind of smile a lot. I'm more of a smiler when he's talking that shit to me. I kind of just looking at you and smile, other than coming at you with some fighting words. Anyways, let's get into it. I don't plan on being in here that long. I'm going to say what I have to say and see if somebody has some, something they want to add to it. And you're more than welcome to join the link. Just ask me for it here in the comment section and I'll shoot the link in the comment section. I used to just put it in there, but I'm not going to do that anymore. If somebody wants to hit the link, all you got to do is ask. SGA, what are you talking about? Oh, you are talking about your cat. My cat has a good side to it, and my cat has a bad side to it. But you don't want to know my cat's bad side. I heard that. Cats are vicious. I know my Carolina Panther are vicious. How about that? So let's talk about this podcasters. Are they true fans or not? So, yeah, I'm going to get into it. So yesterday, right, I was watching a podcast about the Carolina Panthers fan base. And the comments was coming in about why the podcasters is always asking for money when they've been supporting the content. Sure, you can have a link, SGA. Hold up. Give me a second. When you come in there, I'll let you in. So like I was saying, folks out there, yesterday I was watching a podcast about the Carolina Panthers fan base. And the comments were coming in about why the podcaster is always asking for money when they've been supporting the content for quite some time. Welcome to the stage.
Hey, Calvi, the thing I really like about you, you're a loyal Carolina Panthers fan. You're not like one of those bandwagon fans out there. Just because their team is losing, they're gonna go and support another team.
Woo.
That's not what you are, man. If your team is doing bad, you're gonna say what you really feel about your team. That's what I like about these NFL fans. You know, some of them are bandwagon fans. Just because their team is losing, they're gonna disband for their team and go and support another team just because another team's having a great season. They're gonna go there. Like I don't do that. And if I have a lot of my friends who do that, they're not loyal. Just because their team is losing, they're gonna break all ties with that organization and go and support another team. I don't think that's not the definition of a loyal fan.
But you know what? In the end of all of that, I mean, fans are who they are, and who are we to say what kind of fans they are? You know, we don't. You know, diehard fans like myself and yourself, we look at them a different way. But
that's why you named the topic of the show. Are they true fans or not?
Yeah, well, this is more along the lines about podcasters, like myself and podcasters who are the hosts of shows, you know, the Shannon Sharps and the other podcasts of all the teams, when they're asking for support and asking for put it in the Cash App, support the content. You know, it's a tricky line. You know, it's a real thin line between trying to get money in their pockets, or are you really supporting the content? You know.
So viewers, so make sure to subscribe to both of our channels. Subscribe to the 213 to the 704 podcast. He's just 650 subs away. If you like Niners content, go to my channel. I'm at 535. I'm also trying to go up and hit that 600 subscriber milestone. So if you like both of our channels, if you like the Carolina Panthers, subscribe to Cali Blues YouTube channel. If you like the 49ers, come over to my channel and give me some love on my channel too. I would love all the love from all the viewers.
Yeah. I appreciate you. You've been a supporter, so I appreciate you. Shout your shit out, cuzzo.
My YouTube channel is SGA Sports Talk channel. I'm at 535. I'm on the path to 600 subs. So if you like Niners content, football content, just go over my YouTube channel. Me and Caliblu are both trying to, Caliblu's trying to reach 2,000. I'm trying to reach 600. You know, I know I'm not near like how much subscribers Caliblu has, but I'm trying to go up there. I'm slowly. I'm gonna reach there. I mean, that's my goal, but I know.
Yeah.
I know you've been making more content. Like, I know you've been making more content. So
just keep on. Just stay at it.
I know you've been making more content, so that's why you have like 1,000 subs. For me, I haven't been making that content. I haven't been making content that much. So it's definitely gonna be hard reaching a thousand subs. You know, that's gonna be tough to reach there. But I'm gonna work hard and make content, and I'll soon be at 1,000 subs, and I'll get
There you,
monetized and get super
there,
chats and everything like that.
there you go, SJ. Let me get into this content. We can talk about this after I get over this content about this show. You can either sit here or come back or join in what you think. But yeah, I want to talk about this because for some people out there, it's a really big thing during my research, and some people are sitting on the fence pole about this and not so happy about what's going on. They feel like they got to always get inside their pocket to show their love for the team. So this is a certain topic that's ongoing, and it kind of hits home for me as well. So Dino, it will come. See my guy here? He said it will come organically, my guy. And he's talking about, podcasters like true fans or not. What he's trying to say is that, hey, everything is going to come. You don't need to hustle and beg people for subscribers and or money out their pockets. They'll give it if they want to. So, but I wanted to talk about my experience. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Oh, Dino Brown. I don't know why you got that Bravo in there. You need to switch it like I told you. But here we go. Let me get into this. Let me switch this over here. Down here. I'm going to take that off for now. And like I was saying earlier, what's that?
I tell all my friends. I'm saying like, don't beg for subscribers, because if you beg for subscribers, nobody's gonna give you any subscribers because they know you gotta work for it. And
working for it comes organically, like Mr. Dino Bravo just said. But let me finish this. Yesterday I was watching a podcast. Remember, I was watching this podcast, one of my Carolina Panthers fan base, and the comments were coming in about the podcasters always asking for money when they've been supporting the content, all this time. So that where a lot of subscribers hang out to rep their squad, and it got heated on both sides from the host and the comment section. So I was like, now that I'm podcasting, right, and doing my thing on here, because this is a new age. Back when I did content, I was making video edits and entertainment. It wasn't nothing about exchanging money and stuff like that, or subscribers paying that type of money. So I did a little Googling. And, as of now in 2026, the perception of podcasters using Cash App versus loyal fans wanting free community access is increasingly polarized, or polarized rather, and shaped by subscription fatigue and a rise in direct payment scams. People are getting scammed out there. There's people out there pretending to be one of your favorite content hosts you wouldn't believe and scamming people. So it's something to talk about, because after I did the Google, and I was like, damn, I wasn't the only one that was thinking that. Is this right or wrong? Because I tend to do those same type of things, asking to support the content. And I'm telling y'all, because this is complete tenderism. This ain't haterism. I did my facts. Let's Google lying. I got my information from there. So I feel like the loyalty gap now has some kind of tension that falls into three categories in my humble perception, of course. And one of that being the fan perception, which is the viewer. Two is the podcaster perception, the creator. And three, trust and security of Cash App requests, especially to personal numbers, are often perceived as unprofessional to some, right? So many fans today, per Google stats, fear like there's a rug pull where money is taken without the promised access being granted and no way to get their money back. Once you put something in the Cash App and you send some money over to somebody from a podcast, it's pretty damn hard to get your money back. So if you do it, you better do it because you entrust in them and or you have it to give like that. So just letting you know on the real, from one hustler to another. But I totally understand the podcaster / creator like myself now viewing Cash App as a way to bypass, because on YouTube it's a 30% cut taken by platforms here like on YouTube or Apple, allowing them to keep 100% of the support to stay independent. So putting it in the Cash App allows podcasters to put that money in their pocket as opposed to giving it to these bigger platforms, YouTube and Apple. And YouTube does deserve to get their piece of the pie too, because if they didn't have this platform, this media, we wouldn't be able to do the things we're doing. There are many other platforms out there as well. So let's see here, somebody, Dino. But at the end of the day, let's see what's happening. But at the end of the day, no one will advocate for you. No one will advocate for you, but you. So you have to sell yourself. You feel me? Absolutely. Absolutely. That's what it's about. You got to promote yourself. Somebody jumps onto your platform with the algorithm. You got to say, hey, support me. Put it in the Cash App or have your ticker down there, and so on and so forth. But like I was saying over here, in the community, to be loyal fans, also like myself, sometimes feel taxed for a community they help build sometimes. Personality is what it is. When you have a show like mine and you have all these loyal fans sitting in your platform and discussing, and you're going back and forth, that brings other fans into the liar's nest, or to the den rather. So some feel like, hey, I helped you build this because I'm on your show every day and you let me in here. But hey, you are not the owner, you're really not. But so it goes both ways. So personally, it is what it is. But I found this to be interesting because I find myself doing this shit today, right? So I researched and found that there is a high subscription fatigue. 37% of people out there, of younger fans right now in 2026, report canceling service due to high costs following their teams across multiple apps. This is not fair in my heart for the true fan. That's just speaking out loud, because the more people cancel and not be involved in this stuff that we got going out on here and this platform, particularly YouTube, the prices go up, because it does cost for us to use certain platforms to make inviting show, if that makes sense. But now recently I've come across this in a few channels that I follow, and the podcasters and creators are now using the catchphrase legacy groups. I found this particularly to hit home with me because I follow a couple, and I ain't shooting no shades, but it's true. Legacy groups, but it's across YouTube is what I found. So is it being smart? Is it doing good marketing, or some people out there are doing shady shit out there, or private chats as a premium product? Also some higher end. Hold on, SGA. Also, some higher end creators / mute your mic, SGA. Also, some higher end creators / podcasters like former athletes who believe the most engaged fans should contribute to high cost of production that ads no longer cover. Like First Take with Stephen A. Smith, he got a show. 4th and 1, or Cam Newton, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. These names are not mentioned to throw some shade, but let's be clear who some of the big dogs are out here, that are creating top shelf content on platforms for free. And all of these platforms are trying to get in your pockets. They are making businesses out of this free platform of YouTube and other places, but in the end, asking money from the viewers to kick in. So constant tipping requests can feel like begging and might hurt a host's long-term credibility and ruin a fan's overall experience. But some people are okay with it, and everyone has their own perspective. I understand that. But I just wanted to say what's on my mind today and put it on record for those out there who might be interested. I personally found this topic to be something to talk about because I find myself between a rock and a hard spot sometimes, wanting to be heard. That's a cold move right there. Wanting to be heard about something that you're passionate about is like fool's gold. out there for certain people. Some people trying to take advantage of you, and some people understanding where you're coming from. So if you got to pay for it to be heard, I'm on the fence, Paul. If you got a big platform where it's selling and a lot of people are around, absolutely, I'm for it. But I realize that some people are there just for that. And are they truly fans of that team, or are they just perpetrating? But really, all this is said and done. All this is just about uplifting the podcasting community and doing the right thing no matter what out there. Because I also get that a loyal fan just wants to be heard without feeling like they have to pay to support their fan base. All right? So I just want to say this one last thing, then I'm done and I'm moving on, okay? If your intention is to express your views and thoughts without incurring costs, and you don't want to kick in with a membership, Cash App, Super Sticker, I recommend you establishing your own platform where you can articulate your thoughts freely. Now, I'm saying this because I was somewhere and I didn't like the fact that I couldn't say what I wanted to say and I had to shut up and be quiet. And I realized out there that, hey, because I have been a part of this movement on YouTube and creating my content for viewers out there and like-minded Carolina Panther fans out there, like myself, and did it for free. So I'm telling everybody out there, if you really, really feel like you getting over or somebody's getting over on you, just move on and get your own damn channel, just like I started out here. That's it. That's all I got to say about that. And but I felt like it's something I had to think about because a couple of folks came at me and they were like, Blue. You know, I go by Blue out there since I was a little boy. Cali Blue. Oh, you're just trying to get out there and get some of that money. Get some of that internet money. And I thought to the back of my head, I said, no, it's really about my love, like just to talk about my Panthers and people who like my Panthers, more or less because I'm a homer. I really don't talk about a lot of stuff. Now, I plan on talking about certain things in life, and that's just how you get down in a conversation, a friendly fire. And then life comes in and you talk about what's going on. But really, for me, this is an outlet for me to be, my dog is barking. But this is an outlet for me to talk about my Carolina Panthers. But at the same time, I can relate to all my top dogs out there doing it, have lots of subscribers, and are able to have the luxury of people supporting their content and giving them some cash, giving the super sticker, putting it in the Cash App and creating more content, bringing in groups so that they can have events and whatnot. I'm all for that. But I did realize, and I did discover today from Googling about this topic, and somebody said something to me, and I was kind of offended, you know, because that's not my intent. But it's not my true intent because my heart is really just a passionate fan. And I'm keeping it 100. And if you've been following me, I've been doing this for a long time and I haven't gotten a dime from it. Although I have, I've gotten a couple of jobs because somebody saw some editing work that I did back in the day. To be 100 from you. But let me see what you say. Yeah.
I have a great song.
Let me read this right here. Dino Bravo. No one is obligated to spend money. It's choice. Exactly. But some people feel, you know, Dino, some people don't have that, I don't know, that courage to not spend money when they shouldn't, you know. Some people get taken advantage of. There's all kind of folks. And the internet is somewhere where you can kind of prey on someone, you know. You're talking from a grown man's perspective, you know, like us out there. And but I want to talk about it because it's bigger than what I found out today than just discussing it. I'm sorry, SGA, go ahead.
I have a great song that's connected to content creator. There's a song by Britney Spears. You want a hot body, you want a Maserati, you want a Bugatti, you gotta work, bitch. You know that song? That's my favorite song from Britney Spears. And it's basically a song that if you want to get a Bugatti or a Maserati or a hot body, you gotta achieve it through hard work. It doesn't come easily.
Yeah, that's
So that's what I
100. I
gotta
don't know
tell
a
the
lot about
content
Britney
creators, man.
Spears, but I understand that what you're saying right there.
No, but I'm saying you got if you want all these good things. That's what I tell. That's why I hear from all these other people. They say they tell me like we want a nice house or we want a nice car. I'm like, yeah. I mean, if you keep saying you want a nice car, you got to work for it. You can't just say you want a good car. I mean, people are not going to believe you for that. So that's what I tell. That's why that song relates to content creators. Like, if you want to get subscribers, you got to work to get subscribers. You can't just beg for it. That's what she's saying in the whole. That's the whole what the whole song's about. You can't. You got to
Yeah,
achieve in life.
yeah, I
If you want to
got you.
achieve good things, you got to
I
work
like
for it.
everything with a message, SJ,
That's what. That's
and
what.
that's
That's what.
very
That's what
fitting.
the whole song's about. The whole song's about like you got to work through for everything you want.
Let
You
me, let
can't
me,
just
let,
get you. You
I
can't get
got you. I got you, SGA. I got you. You be going on one. You're a lot like me. That's why I appreciate you. Me and you, we get something in our head, and we can just talk about it when something's, we're trying to get our message apart. Let me read this. Jeff 6599. This is your second day. I remember you coming. I appreciate you. He said a lot of these podcasters be crying and complaining about every damn thing. Panthers are becoming a legitimate team. Yeah, that's another point of why I'm talking about this, because the Panthers are a hot item right now. We haven't been in the last 10 years. Let me start from the beginning, Jeff 6599. A lot of these podcasters be crying and complaining about every damn thing. Panthers are becoming a legitimate team, and some fans still whining about us spending too much money in regards to our team. Yeah, that's about the owner spending too much damn money, but that's a perspective of them to talk about. But in regards to the podcasters crying and complaining about every damn thing, yeah, I've noticed that because there are a lot of Carolina Panthers content creators. I haven't seen a lot of podcasters per se. I haven't come across them. There's a handful, if not more than a handful, maybe 10. There's more or less not so many podcasts that I'm aware of, but on the other shows, other fan bases and whatnot, I see this to be something like that's just the thing to do. And it's kind of like Lisa, like I'm like, do I want to get into that? Because I can just throw it up right now with my ticker right now and say the same damn thing. Support the content. Hit me in the Cash App. And I'm kind of on the fence, Paul. I don't think that's right. But when I start really putting into this, like I am behind the scenes, creating content and using my camera and spending time, yeah, I can see that with subscribers for certain people. But on the general, I'm seeing a lot of bullshit out there, and it's kind of goes along the lines with what's going out here in the United States with the scam and shit. Somalians about the home health care out here in LA. Just recently, if you guys have been watching the news, there's been a lot of exposure and Van Nuys about home health care too. If y'all seen that on the news, there's a building in Van Nuys, California out here, and it's an old apartment building. It's got like 50 units in there, and they all have different home health care names, and they all pushing, nice whips. But
so some of my friends were
yeah.
So some of my friends who make content on YouTube, they tell me like, you don't have to donate money through super chat, or you don't have to give us money. I mean, we appreciate the money. I mean, it helps us our channel out, but you don't gotta donate money just to show us show us that you have love for our channel. I mean, like you could give us money, like. I know they appreciate it, like $1, $2, whatever you can afford. Donate whatever you can give to their channel. They appreciate that, but like, that's not the way. Like they don't. They're saying like it's not like mandatory. It's not recommended to donate. I like to give super chats, to people to show my appreciation for what they're doing on their channel and everything, and it goes to them, and it goes a long way. But some of them say you don't have to donate. Like it's not you don't have it's not you don't have to do it if you don't feel like it. Nobody's forcing you to super chat them couple of bucks. They're not saying you to do that, but I'm just a generous person. I like to give, if I can give $5 super chat or $3 super chat, and I want to do it, I'm gonna do it if I feel like that's gonna help out their
Yeah,
channel.
yeah.
Then I'm
But
gonna
this
go
is
ahead
let
and
me
do whatever be as generous as I can possibly be and help their channel out.
Yeah. Let me read this. Dino Bravo is saying, I agree with you, SGA. So the fact is, you should, bro. You put a lot of work in your backdrops, good shit. So sell yourself, bro. Damn the haters, big K Swiss. He knows I like K Swiss out there. Yeah, But at the same time, I want to, have some type of, realness to myself. And I don't want to be accused of that. When somebody said that to me yesterday, a matter of fact, when I told somebody and I was at the grocery store and I said it to a gentleman, I didn't know him. And I told him about my stuff. We started chopping it up. He was like, you going after that internet. You going after that Cash App money. That was the first thing he said, as opposed to, you really support your team and stuff. And so I thought about it in the back of my head. I said, yeah, but I know there's this movement, and I know from watching, the internet and looking at my content creators and whatnot, and it's split. There's a lot of podcasters out there or content creators that now you can't even watch their channel. They just said, fuck it. It's straight up. All you're going to do is you got to pay for a subscription. So they don't make content. They put out some shorts and stuff like that, but they will not have a daily show like what I'm doing here. And now what they do is saying it's only subscription. So meaning you have to pay $3.99 a month or $4.99, whatever it is, And I found that on my team. I found a few podcasters out there doing that, and that to me, I'm on the fence, Paul, about. Because
And the only problem is
that to me is that you're just honing in on the diehards who are willing to pay to be heard. And so, are you really that person? I don't know. When I
so the
get to
only
that
problem what
mountain,
I have
I probably
with
have a
all these
different.
people. The only problem I have with all these content creators, I'm like, they're making you buy all these subscriptions for their channels, and then
Yeah,
and if you don't use it, it renews. Like for example, if you buy like a $30 subscription to somebody's channel, and you don't end up using it, you have all like if you get all these subscriptions and then you get like a $30 subscription and then you get a $5 subscription and a $2 subscription. If you don't use it, you're basically throwing all your money away. So that's what I don't understand about all these podcasters. They're making you buy all these subscriptions, and I don't really understand that, because like, and then some of them say like, if you don't subscribe to my channel, usually there's like members only, a members only like perks. I'm like I don't care about all those perks, man. I don't care about members only super chat, members only live streams, and member only chats and all these things. And if and I just and then if like that's why whenever I buy subscription to other people's channels, I buy it to whichever channels I want to support. Like I'm not like, if I'm like a Warrior fan, I'll support a Warriors content creators channel. So I don't
yeah.
go and subscribe to whichever channels I want randomly, because you're wasting a lot of money, right? If you could subscribe to 10 channels, it's not really good. So that's what I don't understand about all these podcasters. They want you to subscribe to every single YouTube
Well, this
channel.
particular argument that I was in, that I saw, that I experienced yesterday, there were longtime supporters in there, and they have subscriptions. And then there was a bunch of new people who the algorithm pushed them to their channel. And they were in the chat just blowing it up, talking about, if you're such a diehard fan, why do I have to pay to listen to this chat if you're about this team that they were talking about? But yet they were new. And then there was long time, because this podcaster has been around for a long time. So he's put in a lot of work. So in my opinion, these new people didn't know how long he's been putting in that work, and deserving, in my opinion. But at the same time, a new fan that comes and discovers your channel, they don't want to pay right away. And they might have something to say about it. And so I see both sides. And then you have the scammers out there who are just in there for the money, and they really don't give a shit about whatever team that you represent. There are channels like that out there, believe it or not. So in the grand scheme of things, the question is it okay for a fan base to pay for subscriptions to talk about their team on platforms today, along with memberships, and for podcasters to ask for financial support constantly, like with the tickers it says at the bottom, such as put it in the Cash App, hit me with a super sticker, and support the content through financial gains. So, it's a funny line when you're talking about loyalty of a fan base, and then at the same time somebody's telling you to spend money. It's a catchy subject.
To me, like when I look at podcasters,
subject, rather.
To me, I don't understand because, like, for example, if they're doing a panel, they're saying that you have to donate $10 to join the panel, to join the discussion.
Yeah.
Like you have to donate money. Just if you want to ask a question, you have to donate money to ask a question, and then you can ask your question like I don't know why
all the big
some channels are saying like you have to donate money to ask to join the like if they're having a panel discussion talking about sports, they say in the chat that you have to donate $10 just to join the panel discussion.
Yeah, those are the top, the ones I have problems with, and I see people doing it all the time, kicking down $20 just to read their message. I mean, like $20 on these bigger top tier shows. These
because whenever
lots of money.
Because like whenever I give a super chat to a YouTube channel, like my parents get really fed up with that because they're seeing like $1.99, $1.99, another $1.99, $1.99.
Yep,
you got like 20 $1.99. That's like if you donate a super chat at $1.99 every single time, it'll add up. It'll be like $30, $40 because every time it's $2. $2 can become $4.
Something that you're really passionate about,
it can make $8, right?
SGA, especially when it's something that you're passionate about, and you want to get your message, and it's a hot channel.
But the only problem, but the only problem about giving a $1.99 super chat every single time to a content creator is that when you look at your transaction history with all your super chats and all your things that you've done, you see a whole bunch of super chats, and it worries you because on YouTube when you super chat somebody money, you can't refund your money. Like your money cannot come back. So 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 that's why if you do it once and you send a super chat and when you mean to send like the message, when you type the message and send it to them, I tell people, like, if it happens once and you make a mistake and you send a wrong super chat once, it's okay. It's not that big of a deal. But if you keep on sending stuff and you accidentally send something and you typed it in wrong, you made a typo and it keeps happening, it's gonna stress you because like you that's why like I tell YouTube like people who send super chats, I tell them to like before you send the message, you have to read the message fully because before you send it to the content creator, because
you hit something right there. You
don't get your money back. You're not gonna get a refund for your money. So if you send the wrong message, you're not gonna get your money back. So you're basically screwed with that.
Yeah, take your time. And then what about when the podcaster doesn't read the message on the screen?
That's even
just sitting there.
That even gets me fed up. That even gets me way more angry because I send a message, and what happened if it's a content creator that I like? What happened if it's a famous content creator like somebody on YouTube, and you send them the message and they don't read it? That's probably gonna make you way more. That's probably gonna get you way more riled up because they're one of your favorite content creators. You've been loving them so much, and you're a big fan of them, and they're a fan of you, and they don't even read your message.
Yeah.
Like that's just the thing I don't understand about is that because you're a fan of theirs, right? They know you.
Yeah.
You've been watching their channel. You've been tuning into their channel.
Let me ask you a question.
For so long, and they don't read your message. It's like they're not showing you that they respect you.
Yeah. So let me ask you a question. Is there something out there, like say you just said something that was really valid. Say you wrote the super chat and you said it you typed it incorrectly, but you already paid the $20 at a $1.99 and you hit it and it goes out, but it's read incorrectly. There's no way in the platforms that I know to get that money back. Right? There's no like redo or edit that message like with a time, give it like a 1 minute time frame to rephrase it if it hasn't been read yet. You understand what I'm saying? So you're pretty much screwed on that turn. Once you hit that chat, you have to take your time and spell it out correctly and get your point across, because that money is gone. Once you hit send, it's a wrap. There's nothing behind it to save you, like you have on other ways that you spend money like Zelle or stuff like that. You have a certain amount of time to get it back, or you have some type of leeway to get that money back that you spend.
Like when you send the super chat to them,
careful.
But the really good thing is that when you send a super chat to somebody, the really nice thing is that when you send the wrong super chat, the nice thing is that they, like, if you send the wrong super chat to them, they probably knew what you meant. Like that's the nice part about it, is that they know what you meant. Like they know what you meant to say. They're not gonna hold you down for it.
We take our time and we can kind of understand. I can kind of read in between the lines there, but because
they know what you meant. That's the good thing about super chats is that the people that you send it to, they know what you meant. Like they know that it was a typo. You didn't mean to say that. So they're not gonna get all mad at you for it.
Yeah.
Because they know that you just made a mistake. You meant to say something, or you actually said something else. So they're not gonna get mad at you for that. They know. Even in the live chat, when I go in the live chat and somebody says something, the host says, like, I know you meant to say that, but I would not stress over it. Because even in the live chat, people say the wrong things, and then they know I meant to say this, but then they say, like, we understand what you meant. You meant to say this, and you act. So then they know what you meant. Like, it happens a lot. People post the wrong things in the chat, and then um yeah. So I mean, do you like when people donate to your channel? Do you like recommend, like, do you like, would do you like it when people donate? Like, I know people don't have to donate to your channel, but like when people donate you
currently,
money,
SGA,
do you appreciate that? Like, it helps out your channel a lot.
Yeah, well, currently I don't do any of that here on this podcast channel.
So you don't do no super chats. You don't know anything like that.
I don't ask that, and I'm not doing that. But I am gearing to that because I put lots of work into behind the scenes on creating my content with my shows and entertainment. We're gonna come back. We're gonna take a little break, SGA. We're gonna take a break. I'm gonna take 2 minutes, go get me some water and stuff, handle my business. And but we're going to be back in 2 minutes. This is the 213 to the 704 podcast.
Yeah, I'll log off, and then I'll go and get some water and get something to drink, and then I'll click the link and join you.
Appreciate you. All right. Yeah, but the other folks out there, this is the 213, the 704 podcast. I am your host. We have a very engaged viewer out there. Anybody can hit the link to come in here and talk and represent how you feel and engage with the topics. And this is Cali Blue. I represent the Carolina Panthers all the way from Los Angeles for more than 30 years. That sums up to about 31 seasons. And we're going to take a break. And if you don't know, now you know. Come back, 2 minutes. We'll be here. M. All right, we are back. We are back, and today we are discussing podcasters today. Are they true fans or not? More or less, I've noticed some things out there lately on the internet, doing my homework and trying to get better at my newfound hobby, hoping to be a business here on platform, discussing my love for the Carolina Panthers and other things entertainment-wise. I've noticed some things about lower-tier podcasters and other upper-tier podcasters online today in general. The question is it okay for a fan base to pay for subscriptions to talk about their team on platforms today, along with memberships, and for podcasters to be asking for financial support, constantly saying, things like put it in the Cash App, hashtag Cash App, hashtag support the contact, hashtag super stickers from our podcasters out there today. And I've had a couple of guests in here today who brought up some very valuable points that I guess I did what I came in here today and put the title and created my little backdrops, and I've been enlightened a little bit by a few fans that have come in here today. Stuff like this guy coming in here, letting it be known that a lot of podcasters be crying and complaining about every damn thing, and Panthers are becoming a legitimate team. He got that right. And some fans still whining about how much money we're spending. So he mixed the two together, However, I got other fans in here who know Cali Blue from other podcasts where I get certain things. And by no way am I saying that talking shit about any of these people out there, but it is a kind of a worrisome thing a little bit. Should you ask for this, or how should you be asking for that? Is it okay, to constantly be asking for financial support? And this gentleman right here realizes that the fact is you should, bro, because you put a lot of work in your backdrops, talk good shit. So sell yourself, bro. Damn the haters. Big K-Swish love out there. He knows I wear K-Swish. And we got some other guys that he also says no one is obligated to spend your money. It's a choice. But there's a lot of fans out there who are on the younger side or who don't realize what they're doing. And then at the end of the week, they didn't found out that by the end of the week, their bill comes and they're like, they having like buyer's regret. Kind of like what this guy who said to me yesterday in the grocery store, like, oh, you're trying to get that Cash App money. When I was just saying, hey, I got a podcast and I'm starting to talk about my team. And the first thing that came out of his mouth was that. So I did some background checking there because, as I mentioned earlier, going around these podcasts, and it did start to stand out to me. And it became because it wasn't like this on YouTube before. And I used to freely do content along with a lot of other of my Carolina Panther fan base and other fan bases out there. We were just creating content, and I mean a lot of it, making videos, putting time in to really, as opposed to just turning on your YouTube and turning this on and saying, okay, I'm live, and then start asking money from people. It wasn't like that, and by all means, I'm not saying that is completely wrong, but at some point there has to be some type of uniform to it, because some people get scammed out there. And to me, that's not cool. And I did see some things that kind of crossed the line of, taking advantage of some folks. But yet again, I see both sides. But if you look at my stuff here, my little background, a lot of it said, you ain't a real fan if you charging money. That's some shit that I heard yesterday. Don't follow, subscribe. Members, our money belongs to the Panthers. It benefits you and your pockets. You're nothing but scammers and leeches. And at the same time, The podcasters who pay for this mic every day, they're putting in work. They say, put it in the Cash App. You need to support the content. You're not a real fan if you ain't paying to be a real fan here on this broadcast. And there's a lot of other places for you to go to do so. You know? So that's what encouraged me to talk about this today, because I find myself being one of those podcasters and doing the same thing. But I think I'm going to be very diligent about mine and humble and let it be known why I'm asking for this, and be true to my word. Just like I said, I'm going to start doing a podcast, and I start doing it, and I'm going on over a month now, 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock. Sometimes I'm a little late. Sometimes I'm right on time. And a majority, I've been keeping up to what I said I'm going to do. And behind the scenes, I'm also creating things to make my channel better. So I know that the content I'm creating and putting is something to watch. I know I'll get a couple of laughs out of it, and possibly, who knows how far it can go. But I've been in the business for a little bit, so I realize, and I'm wondering, how do I go about getting the support for the work that I put in? And somebody also told me today that it comes organically. And at the same time, that's cool. But also, hey, I see people making money out there. So, how do I get mine and do it fairly and not be accused of being somebody out here like the guy did yesterday in the grocery store? But, I did a little Googling, and now, in 2026, the perception of podcasters using Cash App versus loyal fans wanting free community access is increasingly polarized, and as shaped by subscription fatigue and a rise in direct payment scams. So a lot of scamming going out there. And like I said, this ain't me putting nothing on nothing. This is all complete tenderism, not haterism, And I feel like the loyalty gap now has some kind of tension that falls into 3 categories, basically, in my humble perception, of course. And 1 is the fan perception, the viewer. 2, the podcaster perception, the creator. And 3 is trust and security. When you're asking for a Cash App request, especially to personal numbers, are often perceived as unprofessional. But on the other side of that, you ask for the Cash App on in a podcaster's perspective, so you don't get the fees. So you're cutting out the middleman, And it's kind of funny to me how someone like YouTube allows people to put it in the Cash App when it's their platform that you're using, and they know that cuts them out of it. So it's kind of a good thing, but it's kind of strange that that's going on. And that's part of the gray line. Like, why would you allow that? If this is my platform, you wouldn't be able to hit me in the Cash App. Just like they monetize and they don't want you using music. Every day I use my song Show Me Love by Robin S. that I love, and I think I like the beat, and it feels like the words are true to what I'm trying to do in regard to my passion for my Carolina Panthers. I love that song, but they're always hitting me with a copyright. But it's the type of copyright is, if I ever get big or whatnot, they're going to come after me for money for using that song. But right now, I ain't making no money on that. So ain't nothing they can come after me to get, because all these shows that I'm creating, I'm not getting no money, But there are all kinds of copyrights, and that's not the copyright I'm talking about. As I said before, you could use music. You could still use music now today for a certain long 30 seconds or a minute, all kind of artists and whatever. But I just use that one song because it's a true representation of my fanhood and this show. I want people to come in here to be diehards, and I want you to show me love. Don't come in here with that bullshit. Words are easy to say, but support the content. I'm here supporting them Carolina Panthers. But on the other side, the flip side, I totally understand the podcaster / creator like myself now viewing Cash App as a way to bypass the 30% cut taken by platforms like here on YouTube or Apple, allowing them to keep 100% of the support to stay independent. You know, loyal fans like myself feel taxed for a community they help build sometimes. Personally, it is what it is. You know, so if you've been in somebody's podcast show all day and whatever, that's on you. And if you're on there talking your shit and you're a part of the show, you got to remember that it's not your show. And so if you feel some type of way like that, I suggest you get your own show. But really, this thing is about lifting up the podcast community and doing the right thing. And I wanted to bring a title. Just by this title alone, I know somebody's going to come in here and listen and kind of take a little peep at it. Some will feel like it's a diss towards them if they're doing dirty. And some will kind of understand it, and maybe it'll put something on it. And it will bring podcasters or anybody that's doing dirt to kind of check themselves, to clean it up a little. So, and then at the other side, I also get that a loyal fan just wants to be heard without feeling like they have to pay to support their fan base. Like sometimes I'm in those bigger podcasts, the top dogs out there, the sports shows. No names need to be said to give them any more hype than they already got, but a lot of them have crossed over from the television to the internet. And a lot of athletes who no longer play anymore are now taking advantage of that. And there is a podcast everywhere. Every subject that you can think about, there's probably a podcast out there and somebody trying to capitalize. And that is the American way. Somebody wants to hear what somebody else said. There's always a voice. A lot of people might be here and be Cali Blue haters, but there's also the other side who want to hear what Cali Blue got to say, who respect my opinion about certain things. So that's what I say. This is America, And right now, I realize that the Carolina Panthers are a hot commodity. We over here creating tenderism in the free agency today. So a lot of podcasters that I normally wouldn't see in regards to the Carolina Panthers are a lot of new faces. Some people might consider me a new face, but I find that to be funny because I've been here a long time and I haven't been creating content in probably 7 years, but I used to really get down with all of this. And it is true. The fact that my team is doing better, shit, I got something to say about it. Y'all don't want to hear Cali Blue when I'm down and, not having faith in my team. But I have made videos in regards to that. But how long can people talk about, somebody go out there and tell me how many Cleveland Browns podcasters you got out there. It is what it is. So, but I have found a lot of podcasters popping up, and I'm here because I'm just excited about my team, and I'm much less wanting to talk about it. But I know what I bring to our Carolina Panthers organization, especially here online, because I can get down. I know how to create content that is engaging. I might be sitting here talking and boring as fuck as a passionate fan, but I do know how to create content and have people watch my show and be engaged. So that's that, y'all. I've been on here for about an hour and 15 minutes. And I just wanted to come by and talk my shit. I did also want to talk about this really quick again. I've talked about it before. And I think this is something else that, needs to be talked about more, especially in regards to my Carolina Panthers field at the Bank of America. Turf versus natural grass. And I am lobbying to get back grass. We need that natural grass back in Charlotte, not just because for the player, it's just organic. And Charlotte is one of the best places to watch football, hands down. I've been to lots of stadiums, and I want to get behind that movement of making this happen. So hashtag natural grass at Bank of America. you know. And yeah, we're going to be ending this show. I want to thank everybody that came by today in regards to the title. Today, the podcasters, are they true fans or not? And I'm going to leave that my sentiment is most of them in my fan base that I've come across, and I'm only talking about my podcasters, my fan base, and other podcasters I've seen out there, yeah, they full of shit. Whether they're covering basketball, baseball, another sport. But in general, I say, yes, they're fans, but I think they get a little conflicted when they are heavily trying to get in somebody's pocket. And I understand why fans are a little upset behind this. But yeah, that's the human nature. Y'all got to stay on your toes when you come on the internet. And especially if you want to support your team, and I know you do, but be smart out there. But as always, this is the 213 to the 704 podcast. I've been shooting my shit for over an hour and 15 minutes. This is a daily podcast starting at 5 o'clock p.m. Pacific. As always, like, share, engage, and subscribe. Keep pounding hashtag 21. This is a podcast daily show talking about the Carolina Panthers in general, all the way from Los Angeles, California, covering the NFL football league today. And I rep the Carolina Panthers for more than 30 years. That's right. You're gonna keep hearing me saying it as the years go on. As long as I'm here, I'm gonna add to it. And that's the show for today. I am the host of 213 to the 704 podcast. And if you didn't know, now you know. And fuck what you heard. I'm out. Peace.